Hello, everyone. I wanted to connect with you today to talk about some exciting events that we have coming up. But for right now, I'll just give it a second so that Facebook, YouTube, and the different places that we're sharing this information can catch up a little bit and join us. The reason I wanted to jump on today specifically is because we're getting close to being about 2 weeks out from a very exciting event that is going to bring incredible speakers, leadership content, and just really a gathering of where we can go together, how we can grow better together here into the greater Omaha area. And for those that might be considering the virtual possibilities, really our reach is beyond the boundaries of what it's ever been before. And so I wanted to talk to you today about what it could look like for you to join us on October 9th. Now, you may have noticed that there's a lot of posts out there, a lot of noise out there about Live2Lead. And that's really been where much of my focus has been just in the last couple of weeks. Now, Live2Lead, those of you that have joined us over the last 3 years, you know that it always happens in October. It's always something that's very exciting. It's something that we bring to the greater Omaha area. And what we've created in the past few years is something of excitement, unique settings. Last year we were at TD Ameritrade Park, and that was very exciting. We were at the downtown urban core at the newly remodeled Hilton Embassy Suites is where we were at. And so we find ourselves in some really incredible space as we bring this leadership content and this leadership experience to the greater Omaha area. But this year, it's different. This year, we can't have those great big rooms. This year, we can't bring a couple hundred people together and high five and do all those things that we normally do with Live2Lead Omaha. And so I wanted to share with you today why I'm being so loud about what we have, even though it looks different. First, let me tell you what we do have. First, Live2Lead is going to be held on October 9th, and this is our launch event, the Live2Lead launch event, October 9th, at the Scott Aquarium Conference Center. That Aquarium Conference Center is at the Henry Dorley Zoo, which is just an incredible space. We toured there this past week, and it's an incredible, beautiful space to host an event. And while coming together as a group of people seems a little odd, I want to share with you that space is designed for about 350 people. But we're only bringing 80 into the space. Our tables are clearly spaced. Our tables only have 4 people seated at them. And we're creating an environment that has the energy of a live event in a safe setting. Now, some people are not necessarily interested in that, and we understand and completely respect that, which is why everything that we're doing that day is also virtual. Everything that we're doing that day is also virtual. And the reason that this launch event, this opportunity to come together as leaders and have that energy and have that collaboration and that engagement is so critically important right now is because of this space that we're coming out of, this space of crisis, this space of pandemic, this space of transition, of shift, of pivot, of words that we've never even heard of before, like unmute. I mean, that didn't exist 6 months ago. Unmute yourself. And so we're in this place of unique. And the Live2Lead launch event is going to be unique. In fact, every speaker that we have joining us that day, the John Maxwell Enterprise has brought together, are world-class speakers who have a unique experience of crisis. They are very familiar with what it means to pivot. They knew what a shift was well before we hit 2020. They had been there, they'd done that, and they succeeded through it. A couple of them more than once. Those are the stories and the voices that we're going to hear and what we're going to share amongst each other. That's what we'll take away. And the launch event is so exciting because this is when those speakers are live in Atlanta, Georgia. And I know we have a whole season. If you've been following what we're doing with Live2Lead, we do. We have a whole season. We have some really amazing opportunities and focus areas and groups that we're going to serve. And we do have this whole season. But on October 9th, those speakers are live. And they will be live streaming into this space, live streaming into the virtual. And we have created a day that focuses on the energy of what those speakers will bring. Now, those of you that are wondering, well, that's great, but why is this a full day event when you have Kat Cole, John Maxwell, Steve Harvey, Alan Mullally, and Craig Rochelle speaking, but they're only speaking in the morning? Well, the reason that it's a full day event is this I know. From years, decades of training, this I know. When you fill up and you immediately pull away from that gas station and you just start driving again, you don't have time to cherish what you gained while you were filling up. And so we do create these as full day experiences, even though sometimes it's hard to say, gosh, I can't step away for the full day. We do create these as full day experiences to make sure that once you fill up, once you fill up, once you gain, you have some time to let it take root. You have some time to create space for it to have successful growth in you and through you as you go forward. And so as we finish up that day, both for those who are with us live in that amazing space at Henry Dorley Zoo, and for those that are attending virtually, live virtually with us, we have a speaker. I'm very excited about this speaker. His name is Gary Clark, and he is from the Fremont area and serves as the CEO and president of the Economic Development Center there. But even more exciting is he has an incredible journey. Just like those speakers that are sharing in the morning, he has an incredible journey of overcoming, of gaining advantage through adversity. He's a 2019 TEDx speaker, and I was in the room when he shared. Ironically, I had actually heard his story a couple of times before. But as I saw those speakers and what we're going to be having for Live to Lead 2020, and the message that we're receiving, the message that so definitely needs to be received, I knew immediately that that's who I wanted to have in our afternoon session. Because not only did he have a story to share, something to share with us, he has lived it out and can answer our questions as we try and navigate what it looks like for us. And so that's the day that we've created. That's why I'm being so loud about what we have coming up on October 9th, because it's exciting. It's perfect timing for where you're at right now, right in this space. And we miss people. I miss people interacting. I miss people walking in and, even if I can't shake your hand, just air hug, whatever we can do. I miss people. I miss the energy of the rooms that we create. And so I hope you will step out and join us in this room because we're so excited about what we're creating. And will it look a little different? Yeah, it'll look a little different. Am I confident that what we've always created in the energy and the dynamic and the collaboration and the engagement will still be there? Absolutely. And for those of you attending virtually, when you go to register, you'll note it says pom-poms included. I would tell you it's worth registering just to figure out what that means. Because what we'll create for you in your space, those of you that are joining us virtually, will have that same dynamic as what we create in the room. So again, I don't want to apologize at all for being so loud about Live to Lead Omaha, the launch that we have on October 9th, because it's a voice that needs to be heard. There are voices that need to be heard on that day. And if you're a leader, if you influence anyone, if you supervise anyone, if you lead even your family, if you lead in your church, if you lead in your community, if you are someone that influences any other lives in this journey, you need to be in the room. Need to be in that room. Because the message that you'll gain, the growth that you'll have, is something that will take that last quarter, this last quarter of 2020 that's been a year like none other. It'll help you take this last quarter of 2020 and make it a quarter like none other. And I'm confident in that for you. Now, the link to join us is on this share that you have out in social media, and you'll be able to find that there. You can go to live2leadomaha.com and you'll click on the 2021 Live to Lead season. You'll be able to see all of our information there as well. And like I said, we have a ton of options for you. We do. But what I can tell you is if you choose to be in the room for the first one, rather than looking out, where do I fit? How should I land? Where should I go? If you choose to be in the room for the launch, for this first one on October 9th, I promise you, we'll make sure that you have what you need to gain and grow through the remainder of that season. Because that is what we created, a season of leadership, a 5-month season of leadership. Now, those of you that don't like long-term commitments, don't worry. If you show up on October 9th, we're not going to commit you to a 5-month process. You'll gain and grow just simply through what we have to offer on that one day. But if you're worried about missing out on some of those other things that you see on our website, some of those other events and experiences that we have, don't Don't worry about missing out. I know that we will deliver for you exactly what you need. And we'll give you a voice to share with us what that is. We'll give you a way to collaborate and engage so that we can see and understand what you need from us. All the while setting you up for your next best day. So I hope you'll join us. I hope you'll consider where you can grow to from here. Because goodness sakes, if we haven't grown in 2020, I don't know what we've been doing. It was a year that demanded growth. So let's grow better together. And I look forward to seeing you on October 9th, whether in that amazing space and room that we have at the Scout Aquarium Conference Center at Henry Dorley Zoo with some super awesome behind the scenes tours that we have set up for you, or whether you're joining us virtually and sharing that way. But join us for those speakers, for John Maxwell, Steve Harvey, Kat Cole, Alan Mullally, and Craig Rochelle. Join us for their message and stay with us through the afternoon as we take time to grow through what we've received there and engage in a session with Gary Clark, the 2019 TEDx speaker from right here in Fremont, Nebraska, who has an incredible story of coming from Washington, D.C. to our cornfield state and what it looks like to grow through the adversity and to gain success in the face of fear. I know you belong here. Be sure you choose to join us. Take care and lead well.